It was a beautiful, sunny day in Teletubbyland. The sky was a brilliant blue, and the sun smiled down, making the grass sparkle and the flowers bloom in every color you could imagine. Birds chirped cheerfully, and a gentle breeze made the leaves dance. It was the perfect day for something special. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Po were outside playing with their favorite toys and giggling together. Their laughter echoed across the hills as they shared stories and made up silly games. Each Teletubby had something that made them feel happy and unique. Tinky Winky had his shiny red bag which he loved to carry everywhere. He liked to pretend it was full of magical treasures and sometimes peeked inside to see if anything new had appeared. Dipsy was showing off his favorite hat, a tall spotted one that made everyone smile. He twirled around making sure everyone could see how wonderful it looked in the sunlight. Lala bounced her big, bright orange ball high into the air, chasing after it with joyful leaps. She loved how it made a funny boing sound every time it landed on the soft grass. Po zoomed around on her shiny red scooter, weaving between her friends and ringing her bell. She felt the wind on her face and giggled as she went faster and faster. Suddenly Tinky Winky stopped and looked thoughtful. "What shall we do today?" he asked, hoping for a fun idea. The others gathered around, curious and excited to hear what adventures might be waiting for them. Dipsy jumped up with excitement, waving his arms in the air. "Let's go on an adventure!" he shouted, his eyes sparkling with joy. The idea of exploring together made everyone smile even wider. "Ooh yes, an adventure to the Ragdoll Shop!" exclaimed Lala, pointing towards a colorful shop in the distance. She had always wanted to visit and see all the wonderful things inside. Po beeped her scooter horn excitedly, ready to lead the way. She couldn't wait to see what surprises the Ragdoll Shop had in store for them. Together, the Teletubbies hurried towards the shop, their hearts full of excitement. They all loved the Ragdoll Shop, with its bright windows and shelves full of soft, cuddly toys. Inside, the shop was filled with every kind of plush friend you could imagine, bears, bunnies, and even magical creatures. The Teletubbies knew this was going to be the start of a wonderful adventure together. Suddenly, a bright light twinkled in the sky. 5 little figures floated down on sparkling rainbows. It was Giggleping, Chachaping, Heartsping, Gogoping, and Lalaping. These were the magical Teeniepings from Catch Teenieping. "Hello, Teletubbies!" giggled Giggleping. "We heard you were going on an adventure. Can we come too?" The Teletubbies were thrilled. "Yay! More friends!" cheered Po, giving Lalaping a big hug. "We can show you the way to the Ragdoll Shop," Heartsping said kindly. "Follow us." The Teletubbies and Teenieping set off on their journey. They walked through fields of colorful flowers. They skipped past the giggling windmill. Tinky Winky even stopped to do a funny dance with Chachaping. "This is a long way," said Lala, starting to feel tired. Gogoping, who was very strong, offered to carry Lala's orange ball. "Don't worry, we'll get there together," he said with a smile. The Teletubbies and their magical friends wandered deeper into the lush green forest, sunlight streaming through the leaves above. Birds chirped and the air was filled with the scent of wildflowers. Dipsy, always curious, suddenly paused and looked around, noticing something was different. "Where's Po?" Dipsy asked, his voice echoing softly among the trees. He spun in a slow circle, scanning the forest for any sign of their little red friend. The group stopped in their tracks. They looked around and realized that Po and her bright red scooter were nowhere to be seen. A wave of worry washed over them, and their smiles faded as they called out for Po, hoping she would answer. Heartsping, always the calm and caring friend, stepped forward and gently reassured everyone. "Don't worry, we'll find her together. No one gets left behind in our magical forest," she said, her voice full of hope and kindness. With a wave of her hand, Heartsping used her special magic to create a shimmering trail of sparkling hearts. The glowing hearts floated gently above the ground, forming a path that twisted and turned through the trees, guiding the friends forward. Following the magical trail, the friends soon found Po sitting quietly by a tall tree. Her scooter's wheel was stuck deep in a muddy puddle, and she looked a little sad and worried, unsure how to get it out. Lalaping, always ready to help, shook her magic rattle. With a sprinkle of sparkling magic, the scooter slowly lifted out of the mud dripping from its wheels as it floated gently back to solid ground. "There you go, Po," Lalaping chirped, handing the scooter back with a big, encouraging smile. The friends cheered, happy to see Po reunited with her favorite scooter. Po beamed with gratitude, her cheeks rosy with happiness. She beeped her horn joyfully and said, Thank you everyone, I'm so glad to have friends like you." The magical forest echoed with laughter as they continued their adventure, together once more. Finally, after a long and exciting journey filled with laughter and teamwork, the Teletubbies and Teeniepings reached the Ragdoll Shop. The shop looked even more magical than they had imagined, with bright colors and twinkling lights welcoming them at the door. Everyone felt a flutter of excitement as they stepped closer, eager to see what wonders awaited inside. Inside it was warm and cozy like a big gentle hug. The air was filled with the sweet scent of new toys and the soft glow of golden lights. The friends gazed around in awe, their eyes wide with wonder at the magical world they had entered. Soft toys lined the shelves, each one with a friendly, welcoming smile. There were teddy bears, bunnies, and even magical creatures all waiting to be hugged and loved. It felt as if the toys themselves were happy to see the new visitors. The Teletubbies and Teenieping spent a long, joyful time playing and laughing with their new cuddly friends. They tried on silly hats, built towers with plush blocks, and even made up funny stories about the toys. Every corner of the shop echoed with giggles and happy chatter. "This was the best adventure ever," cheered Tinky Winky, hugging his new teddy bear tightly. The others agreed, their arms full of soft, snuggly toys. They felt grateful for the memories they had made together and the new friends they had found. The Teletubbies realized that helping friends and working together made every journey brighter and more fun. They remembered how they had supported each other along the way, sharing smiles and lending a hand whenever someone needed it. The Teeniepings were happy to share their magic and friendship, sprinkling sparkles of joy wherever they went. Their kindness made everyone feel special, and the shop seemed to glow even brighter with happiness. As the sun began to set, painting the shop in a warm, golden light, they all hugged goodbye. Even though it was time to leave, they knew in their hearts that their new friendship would last forever, no matter where their next adventure took them.